Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on LUNAC, whose current price stands at the $0.00024667 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.83%. And in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening here on the LUNAC chart. From these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, obeying this Elliot wave structure, having our wave 5 taking us back to around the $0.00059 mark. And having seen that movement to the upper side, obeying that Elliot wave structure, we can term it as an Elliot wave, as a fractal wave to the upper side, having that as a higher Elliot wave count 1. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1, whatever we expect on this other side is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2. And I believe that is what we are seeing over here, making our low for that second wave at around the $0.000018 mark. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, whatever we expect to play out next is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3, and I believe that is what is playing out here on the LUNAC chart. And since a wave 3 is an impulsive wave, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that third wave to the upper side. And just like what we have seen here in the formation of a first wave, which is also an impulsive wave, we have seen this fractal wave in formation to the upper side. I also expect a similar case to also play out here on in the formation of a third wave, and I believe that is what we are seeing over here. And this movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3, I can term it as an Elliot wave structure, having this as the first wave to the upper side, then this is a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 3, a wave 2, then I'm expecting a wave 3, then a wave 4, and then a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1, which is a fractal wave within that higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upper side. And getting a little bit into the formation of these fractal waves so that it can also give us the key scenarios that we expect to play out. After making our high for that first wave, we saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, and using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of that wave 1 down there to the high of that wave 1, that gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of a second wave between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. And you can see that LUNAC has retraced into this target area, and at some point we managed to break out of the target area to the lower side and went back to around the $0.00022 mark. And using the Fibonacci's, we can get to see whether this wave 2 is still a valid wave 2 by not retracing back to the fib level 0.78 fib level. And you can see we are still holding the fib level 0.78 fib level, meaning this is still a valid wave 2. But the moment we lose that key area on the Fibonacci, then I'll term this movement to the lower side as something else and not a wave 2 anymore. And before that plays out, I believe we have seen the low of this second wave, and I'm expecting a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a third wave to the upper side. And using the trend based Fibonacci, we can sketch out a target area to the upper side in the formation of that third wave to the upper side, connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of that wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.000053 mark. So that is the minimum that I would expect that wave to the upper side to do before we see a wave 4 and then a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And before that plays out, we also have other key chart patterns that are information right here, which are going to give us the short-term scenarios that can play out here on the LUNAC chart, and also guide us on whether we are going to see that breakout either to the upper side or maybe to the lower side. And the first one is a triangle which is right here, which I have highlighted here in red, having this as the upper side of the triangle, then this horizontal line is the baseline of that triangle, and this triangle has given us a breakout to the lower side, though we have not fully maximized the target area of that breakout, that triangle chart pattern to the lower side. And the minimum target area to the lower side is the height of that triangle. So using a trend line, we can get that height and then place it down here to give us a minimum target area to the lower side back to around the $0.00016 mark, and that will be the worst case scenario playing out here on the lunar chart in case we continue seeing a breakout out of this chart pattern that is right here. And in case that plays out, it will be giving us a new low below the low that we are terming as the low for that second wave. And in case that plays out and we make a new low, then I'll term this movement to the lower side as a massive ABC corrective movement. So I will have this as an ABC corrective movement and term the new low as the low for that higher Elliott wave count 2. And then from there we can start sketching out a movement to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 3 to the upper side. But for now, the low still holds, and whatever we are seeing over here is the low for that second wave, and any target areas to the upper side are still valid until we invalidate them. And we also have another key chart pattern that is in formation right here, which is a channel. And if I draw it out, we can have this as the lower side of the channel, having more than 3 touch points and not cutting into candlesticks like that. Then the upper side of the channel is right there. And you can see yesterday, by the way, we had a bit of a fake out to the upper side, and that fake out took us back to around the $0.00027 mark, and after that we saw a bit of a pullback to the lower side. And within this channel you can see that Lunac has been trading within this channel, giving us more than 3 touch points, and currently we are trading above a key support zone, which is at around the $0.00024 mark. And since we are trading above it, there's high chances that Lunac might be able to continue trading within the upper side of the channel, maybe even see a breakout out of the channel to the upper side, and even maybe give us a retest of the upper side of the channel. And in case that plays out, then I would expect a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of that third wave to the upper side. And for that to also play out, I also expect to see an increase in volume here on the Lunac chart, and also a bull movement in the whole crypto market. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. And in case we also lose that key area of support down here and continue trading to the lower side of the channel, and maybe even see a breakout of the channel to the lower side, maybe even see a successful retest of the lower side of the channel, then there's a high chance that we'll be breaking out of that triangle that I have drawn out over here, and the minimum target area is back to around the $0.00016 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. Continue watching those key areas of support and resistances, and also those key chart patterns that I have drawn out, and also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 52 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and that means lower prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.